Real quick before we get into today's video, just want to thank the people over on Patreon who have taken the time out to help support the channel, and just got to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for your support. Once I start offering memberships and figure out what to offer for memberships on this channel, I'll start adding the names of YouTube members as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the review. Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys a review for Boruto episode 174, and let's just go ahead and get right to the end with this big reveal at the end of the episode, man. We'll get to everything about like the divine tree, and we'll get to Boruto and Sarada versus Deepa. We're gonna get to all that in a second. However, we have to start with that ending. Orochimaru pulled up, yo. Orochimaru pulled up. Like, yo, this was a very pleasant surprise. Like, my money was strongly on Log. Like, when I first read the episode spoilers, my first gut reaction, I said Log is going to show up. It makes the absolute most sense. And the irony, like I talked about Orochimaru, I said, hey man, Orochimaru's character development, it's been so nice to see in the Boruto era, just see how much Orochimaru's grown. But I was like, there's no way in hell they're gonna have Orochimaru show up. Like, they can kind of show how strong Orochimaru is by having his son show up and toss these dudes, right? Orochimaru pulled up and said, children please, they stole my Hashirama cell. I ain't sending Log out here. I sure as hell ain't sending Suigetsu out here. I'm about to pull up myself and take care of this. Like, yo, that was a very pleasant surprise. So if you said Orochimaru was gonna be that surprise candidate, congratulations, you are a really great prognosticator, man. Like I said, I wanted Log, and I said like my wish list, I would love to see Kakashi be the one that shows up. Not the case, man. Very pleasant surprise. And for the purposes of all you people that power scale and number crunch and everything, like the reason why you should definitely be going like head over heels over this is, you know, Orochimaru, like I've talked about before, based on the information that we have, Orochimaru's gotten a lot stronger since the end of the 4th Great Ninja War. And so now when you see Orochimaru going up against Victor, now you're getting an idea of where these car members have to go. Now, nobody in their right mind is going to say that Orochimaru is going to be able to keep up with a suppressed QB chakra mode Naruto, but for people that read the manga, you know that there are members that can keep up with that suppressed version of Naruto, and that's very important to understand, like just the scaling part right here, because I've consistently said like, man, like Victor and Deepa, I'm putting them further down that pecking order. I don't think that they're anywhere near as strong as some of the other members of Kara that have not been introduced in the series yet, and I said there's no way in hell they're further down the pecking order. And the fact that Orochimaru's tossing the dude, again, nobody's gonna put Orochimaru in that same tier with KCM Naruto. So I think that when you start looking there, now this is starting to make more sense right here. So I enjoyed that aspect right there. Anytime you get one of my favorite characters that shows up, I'm gonna pop. Like instantly, I'm gonna pop. It don't matter what they do, I'm gonna pop, man. Now moving on to the other parts of this episode, I gotta go ahead and say I thought it was cool that Konohamaru is kind of going through like his different stages of shock at this point, right? Because he's looking and he's in complete disbelief. He's got all these wrappings that are coming for him, and he's like, oh, this can't be a divine tree. But as soon as he sees the actual stuff at the top getting ready to bloom, that's when he's like, oh, this is a fake divine tree. Like I like that he finally came to that acceptance. And like I said before, I really strongly believe that, yeah, Konohamaru probably read the intel on the 4th Great Ninja War because he did not participate, but seeing the divine tree and reading about it are two separate things. And I know Konohamaru was in the village and everything, but that could be one of those times where, again, there are a lot of people that were caught in that infinite Tsukuyomi that were asleep. And when Minato arrived during the 4th Great Ninja War, it was nighttime in Konoha, and it was really late in Konoha, because when Sasuke and them showed up, it was already nighttime and there was barely anybody walking through the village. So more than likely, Konohamaru was asleep when this happened, so he didn't directly see the divine tree. So I would think I would think that that's why Konohamaru didn't make that connection right away. But I like how Konohamaru's constantly assessing the situation. He tells Mujin like, yo, that's cool that you sacrificed yourself in order to keep me alive, man. That's really nice. Like, I hope you don't have to do that anytime in the future. But yo, big shouts out to Mujino for helping me out, man. But I need you to go through and get the feudal lord out of here. We need a witness. So I like that Konohamaru's already thinking a couple of steps ahead. Now, I'll definitely say this. I was very pleasantly surprised that the outer member that is working with Victor, that big old fine, like that woman fine, man. You heard me say a few times, between her and between that Anato's wife Mia. Oh my lord, see Mia the snack, right? Mia a nice snack, right? But see, like that woman that Victor got, yeah, that's a whole ass meal right there. Like, yo, I know some of you guys looking at No Nut November like, man, I don't know if I can get through this one, man. Like, I understand, man, that's a whole ass meal right there. But yo, I was very pleasantly surprised, man, because I'm like, there ain't no way this bitch is a ninja. Yo, this bitch is a ninja, man. This bitch is a ninja. And yo, she ain't one of the ones that's like, oh, she just barely there. Now, she doing a full ass body flicker, throwing kunai and shit. Like, I wasn't surprised. I mean, excuse me, I was surprised, but I didn't expect that, because, you know, some of the outer members, I mean, everything that we've seen so far, with the exception of a character that's not shown up, they haven't actually been ninja. They haven't been ninja. They've just been like regular people, or people that are in positions of influence or power or something like that. Like, I wasn't expecting her to have some ninja training, so that was a very pleasant surprise. And it's more than likely looking like, hey, you know, she showed up, she lived her best life, but Orochimaru showed up and said, bitch, please. Yo, Orochimaru straight dusted this woman, man. Orochimaru straight dusted her. Like, he's showing up, he's looking at her, said, oh, that's cute, you want to play ninja? Okay. She just completely got eviscerated on some Thanos level shit. You know, when Thanos snapped the fingers and everybody turned into dust, this bitch didn't even have time to say, Mr. Victor, I don't feel so good. Orochimaru wasn't having none of that shit, man. Just how Thanos pulled up in Wakanda and was trying to get those Infinity Stones, Orochimaru pulled up and said, I too know what it's like to lose. And he looking straight for his Hashirama cell, man. Like, let me find out Orochimaru got a Hashirama cell Infinity Gauntlet somewhere, man. I'm about to fucking lose it. Now, moving on to the third and final part of this episode. If you can't tell, I enjoyed this episode a lot, man. Like, it was dragging for a little bit, but you know, once you get to like Orochimaru and the Deepa stuff, man, like that's when I really started popping, yo. That's when I really started popping. So with the whole Deepa and Boruto and Sarada and that rematch, I thought that was pretty cool that, you know, Boruto shows up and he gets the full breakdown from Konohamaru. Konohamaru basically gives him a quick lesson with the stuff that was probably more than likely not actually taught in the academy. He says like, look, this is a divine tree. This woman named Kaguya, she showed up. Hey, you guys remember those ruins that we saw with Zetsu? Hey, it's looking like this stuff right here is connected, all right? So I need you guys to stay the fuck out my way. I'm gonna let you help me out, but you know, stay out of my way. At this point, I need the manpower, but I can't babysit you. And it's really looking like Sasuke had 100% foresight at this point, because you know, Sasuke didn't know the full danger that Boruto's in. If you read the manga, you definitely understand why it's a really good thing that Boruto actually has his hand covered up right now, because if they knew he had the karma seal, it'd be over with. So I think that Sasuke definitely is coming through clutch without even realizing that he came up clutch. So you know, just goes to show you, you know, Sasuke's ninja instincts, they're very, very good. Now with the actual rematch that starts in this episode with Boruto and Sarada versus Deepa, it's just like I told you guys, man. I said like they're probably gonna start this rematch in this episode. I know that the teaser and the preview said 173. I said, nah, just off of pacing and story structure, they're not gonna cram this much in there. And sure enough, 174 towards the end, they're actually starting off. 175 is gonna be the actual knockdown, drag him out fight. And I like how when Deepa sees Boruto and Sarada, right? My dude already got a bunch of heat. He already got a bunch of heat. But the way that he disrespected Boruto and Sarada when they showed up, and he just utterly started laughing right there. I tweeted this out yesterday, so if you follow me on Twitter, you know exactly where this is going. But he pulled a Rock versus Billy Gunn. Like, if you don't know what that is, and I know there's a bunch of you guys who are a lot younger than me, so this is back during the Attitude Era of the WWF. Deepa pulled a Rock versus Billy Gunn promo, right? Basically, The Rock goes into the ring and he enters into this hilarious prayer where he's talking in the voice of Billy Gunn. It's this super high-pitched voice, and then The Rock starts answering like he's actually Jesus Christ, answering the guy's prayers, and he's just trolling the dude. So I say that to say it's the same thing. Just as Billy Gunn was getting set up for a major push and he absolutely got torn down by The Rock, you're seeing a very similar thing here. Boruto and Sarada like, hey, we've had a training arc. We're stronger. By anime logic, we're gonna be able to defeat you. Deepa takes one look at him, and I'm not even bullshitting at this point, all right? My man is laughing for several minutes. My man is laughing for several minutes, yo. My man is laughing his ass off, and then after he finishes laughing, he says like, hey, just let me know, did you get a little bit stronger? Are you a little bit stronger? Is this gonna be just as easy as it was last time? Like, I love that right there. I like this Deepa and Team 7 interaction right here. Hands down, that flashback sequence with Boruto where he and Sarada are thinking about all the people that have suffered because of Deepa and his reason for why he said he wants to eat the divine fruit. And the same thing with Victor. Victor is doing a very selfish thing by trying to create a chakra fruit, but that anime OST, that OST that got played while Boruto had the flashback, that was fucking brilliant. I like that. I like that. Like, I normally moments like that, I don't really care for it. I really don't care for it, but that was fucking nice right there. So my episode question to you guys is gonna be, how do you feel about the fact that Kara has created a fake divine tree? It's been confirmed that it was created by a shard from the original divine tree. Are you okay with that? And my second episode question to you guys is, what are your expectations for Orochimaru against it's looking like Victor? What are your expectations for that? And who do you think is the second person underneath the hood that traveled with Orochimaru? Do you think it's Log like me? Do you think that maybe Mitsuki was able to finally get repaired and it's actually Mitsuki that's underneath there? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.